I don't know if you ever played this on console, but the aim assist was insane. It was basically like auto-locking. It's insane. This map looks really nice on PC, though. I bet I'm bumping like over 1,000 frames or something. I don't know if there's an overlay for that or not, but this is cool. I can see so far, too. That's another great thing. Okay, but yeah, welcome to the video. So I'm just going to be playing some classic Battlefront 2, because it was really cheap on Steam right now. Isn't Star Wars or something? No, this wasn't on sale. This was like $10, but you know, it's something I used to play a lot. Oh, nice. We already captured. So yeah, just gonna hold up. Okay. Yeah. I was a big fan of these games. I never actually played them until probably like I was in middle school, where a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, introduced me to these. I didn't know they existed until then. So that was like 2013, 2014, before they announced the re-release of the franchise for modern consoles, which was sick when they announced Battlefront 2015. Like, it blew my mind. And back then, like, the quality of like the graphics and the textures blew my mind. Like, I couldn't tell, like, or like for a couple seconds I couldn't tell if that was a movie or if it was, I don't know why I'm chasing these guys, if that was a movie or like a game. And then I learned it was a game, that was Battlefront. I just lost my mind. And I played the heck out of 2015, like over 1,000 hours. That game was so fun. And console still has decent playability. Never did cross console, but oh, you just killed our own guys. Oh, he's looking at me. So yeah, that was pretty sick. And then yeah, like I would go to my friend's house on the weekend and we would just play this. The second one was actually busted. The disc was broken for the because this was a backwards compatible game. It was a 360 version on an Xbox One. And hold up, let me. What is that hitbox tree? Oh. They always go straight for the turret. There's a sniper over there. These guys are boosted. But we'd always play the first Battlefront, which has one of my favorite Tatooine maps that had the Sarlacc pit on it. I'm probably gonna die here. Yeah. But yeah, the Sarlacc pit map, we would just play co-op that, and I was always really afraid to, yeah, I'll use Han, to fight, to try and 1v1 my friend in that mode. So we would just play Conquest, because I knew he was way better than me at it. He was way better at games than me back then. That's when I couldn't play Xbox Live or anything. But like, we would just play the first one, and then we got the second one. No, I got it because it was on... I forget, no, I bought them. Yeah, I bought them for myself quite a few years later. And I played this one. The campaign is actually so good. And the fact that Han here has a burst, that one bursts everything, is insane. Truly one of my... Ooh, I got him. Nice. So that was always really sick. We're gonna leave these guys and go for the top base up over here. But yeah, then like when Battlefront 2015 dropped, I like asked my parents like, hey, like, can I play this? And then I learned there's like, you know, it's no story mode, no nothing, just a multiplayer game only. And my parents' rule back then was no multiplayer, like at all, no Xbox Live, no nothing. I think up until this point, I don't know, I was still like, the Skylanders wave was still on, so I think I was still doing that. I'm getting shot by. They're in the trees somewhere. So I was like devastated. So, but what? Oh my goodness, it's a drone. Hold up. No aim assist. There we go. I try and get. Oh goodness. It looks like the boys pulled up. So I would go to my friend's house on the weekends, like Saturdays, Sundays, and we would just we would just grind Battlefront 2015, like switching off every other game. And we would just do that, and we hit max level pretty quick. And I remember they came out with the, that was right around that was 2015 at the release, right before the release of, I don't know, whatever episode 7 was called. I forget what they even called it. That series was very forgettable. Looks like we're about to win anyway. But that would happen, we would just do that, and we would just play that. I think we would run like pulse cannon, I think that's when, forget if they nerfed anything or whatnot, but the EE3, I remember like the EE3 was the best gun in the game. Everybody ran jetpack. And I think level 50 was the Dark Trooper, which everybody wanted. Been DLC. Yeah, the best Been DLC was good. Oh yeah, it was Death Star was a disappointment. The Rogue One DLC was the best though. I remember that. Actually, yeah, Rogue One was really fun. That was a really good movie too. Yeah, those, I think most of the DLCs were a W. Outer Rim was cool because it added the hut contracts, which was something more to grind for. And I remember, like, because I was always like, that was like my introduction to YouTube too. I can already play as Obi-Wan, that's insane. Why does he look at me like that? But yeah, that was really fun. That was my introduction to YouTube because I would just look for like leaks and rumors of like what was gonna come out. And then I kind of like, now that I look back on it, they were totally just clickbait channels that totally just clickbaited off of like obscure Twitter posts before I even like knew what Twitter was. Ow. So that was always something. And then what? So then you have 2 years of that from 2015. All the movies come out, which cool on the first watch, disappointment. Yeah, they're kind of just, the others were kind of disappointing. Me and my dad used to theory craft about who Kylo Ren was before the release of the movie. And the best one we came up with was that, or at least what I thought was cool, is that it was actually Luke. And I think that still would have been way cooler if it was Luke. Because Luke has, I think like in comics and books, like he goes dark side or something. It's weird. Goodness, that thing overheats way too fast. What? Oh, you saw my health. So that was our, yeah, for like the Force. It's the Force Awakens. That was episode 7. But then later, what? We had Star Wars Battlefront 2 got announced, which also was... no, yeah, the trailer for that one was sick. And they had like a campaign and everything with... I was a fool and I pre-ordered that too. I pre-ordered that like as soon as they announced it because I just thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever. And then it came out. They had the microtransactions. The story was predictable, and honestly, it's really bad. Like, it is not good. I played it a few times through, and then like you go back and you're like, wait a minute, this is just kind of like a lot of rehash. And like, EA also has this thing of just using multiplayer maps for campaign purposes, which I think at the time that was 2017. I'm trying to remember because, yeah, no, I still couldn't play multiplayer, actually. My parents still would not allow me to play multiplayer games. That was just their rule, which I think, yeah, that was just their rule because they really just, that was like their kind of like, they just didn't know video games at all. I mean, like, my dad played Halo, like, he loves Halo. Like, you wouldn't know right away, but he loves Halo. But even, like, they just didn't have experience with multiplayer games. I think they had a pretty bad rep for, like, they just weren't researched as much. Like, I think nowadays they're like, oh, like, we wish we'd done this. Why is he got it? Shield like that. Let me go for this top one. So, yeah, like, I think that, so I didn't actually get to play the multiplayer until 2019. Or what Xbox would do, actually, what I found is Xbox would do free gold days where you could play multiplayer games for free on, like, once a month on weekends. And I would, like, without telling them how I do, because they didn't know. Like, they were just kind of oblivious to the fact of, like, what was multiplayer and what was not. So I would just do that on those weekends. I would just, like, save, because I had, like, X amount of time I could actually play. And for, like, the longest time, it was, like, an hour a week. Like, I did not get to play at all. And now here I am, you know, making videos, which requires me to play a lot. Not as much as I have to spend time editing, of course, which sometimes is really annoying. Especially with school. But I remember I would do that, and then I remember the beta. The beta was really good. I remember the beta had a really good reception for the most part. I remember, like, the beta had free multiplayer access, and they added extra days because everybody loved it so much. I remember the beta was really fun. Some of the CR2 was busted, like their green laser SMG. But yeah, they had Naboo and like Darth Maul and all of that was super sick. Like Heroes vs. Villains was really cool. All of a sudden, heroes could regen health. They balanced it really well. And then, so yeah, with like, so all the microtransaction, like pay to win stuff, like I didn't care because I couldn't play multiplayer. And if I'm being honest, off the rip, I had goated like tier 3 purple cards. Like I got good stuff off the rip. I had like that's like the best RNG I've ever had. So it was just funny. A little sad story though is another reason I pre-ordered it because you got a dope Ray skin, Ray and Kylo skins from, I think, because the next movie coming out was number 8, which was I don't remember what that was. But you got skins with that. But the problem is because I didn't have like my own bank account and everything, I just bought the game on my dad's Xbox account because he had money on like his account and whatnot. And that was like a whole thing. And realized till later on that I didn't get the skins because they all went. Oh my goodness, I suck. They all went to his account, so I didn't get those skins that I pre-ordered the game for. Which was super, like, it bummed me. Like, it was a bummer, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just skins. They weren't like crazy Fortnite, Call of Duty skins or anything like that. No pay to win, Battle Pass stuff. That was another game without, yeah, Battlefront 2 had such good DLCs too, and it was all free, which was huge W. Yeah, then they fixed that, and it's turned out to be a really good game. I ended up playing that a lot, because I think because yeah, around 2019 when Apex dropped is when I was allowed to finally play online games. Mostly thanks to my friends who were always asking like, hey, like, let's play online together, let's play Battlefront 2 or something, let's play some Fortnite. Which I don't think I actually ever touched Fortnite. That's a game I actually missed out on until like 2019 when I secretly played it on our crappy PC at like 720p at like 30 FPS because I just wanted, because that was the cool thing. Because that was the Chad thing to do back. That was like the, yeah, that's what literally everybody was doing back then, which is just crazy. Nowadays, it's like if you play, you just play. It's not as weird as if you still play Rainbow on console, though. So, yeah, and then we would just do that, and then I think I actually stopped for a bit around middle of 2019 because Apex dropped. Came out because I'd been playing Titanfall a little bit, like multiplayer and whatnot, like secretly behind my parents' backs. I got like, because when you first get Xbox Live Gold, you just get to, for the first month, it's free. So I was like, oh, free Xbox Live, I don't have to pay for it. And then I kept paying for it on their account. And then eventually they saw the chart. I knew they were eventually going to catch me. And eventually they did. And what I just did was instead I just paid him back. It's like, oh, yeah, you caught me. So I just paid them like the X amount of dollars, like the $40. I think he even paid like some interest for like the troubles. I think it was like 4 months I got away with it. I was playing like Rocket League, like in their face multiplayer, which is really funny how easy it was to get away with at age. That was like my freshman year of high school. But then I got back into Battlefront 2 because some of my friends are big. One of my best friends is a huge Star Wars guy like me. And he was like, yo, like, let's play some more. Because they just come out with like some new DLC stuff. Hero Hunt. No, the 2v2 Showdown mode came out. And that 2v2 was sweaty, but it was so good. But we actually had no, they came out with like Galactic Assault. Like their Galactic Assault thing, which was insane. And we dominated, man. Like, we both had our mains. Like, I would run Dooku, he would run Grievous, and we would just dominate in Galactic Assault and just like roll up with like 150 kills a piece. It was insane. That mode was so fun. And then we got into a lot of Heroes versus Villains because we had a full squad of 4 to play Heroes versus Villains with a bunch of other guys, which was super fun. There's one guy left. And we would just do that. And then eventually that group kind of died off. Halo came out. We tried Halo, but yeah. I think that was like my last time playing Battlefront 2. And then the lamest thing ever, the game went free to play. You could buy it for free for like a week or something. Maybe it was like May the 4th of last year or something. That's like some promotional junk. There's one guy left and I have no idea where he is. And that was like a huge bummer because that was before I switched to PC, but I was just full on Apex by that point, just trying to grind and get good. Even to this day, don't feel like I'm crazy good. But yeah, that's like Star Wars Battlefront in a nutshell. And then I think I actually went back and I played the old Battlefronts again for nostalgia and just to have something to relax and enjoy. Because the reality of the situation is there's no such thing these days as there's no such thing as a casual FPS. That it just doesn't exist. Oh no, he's got the Chinese takeout box with him. Did that man dirty. Little 44-4. Not bad. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, that's awesome. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. I have homework I gotta go do, and